Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and tonight we have a very special guest. This basketball head was an all-city player at Samuel J. Tilden High School. He was one of the great Brooklyn players playing in New York City. After graduating Tilden, he attended Southern Illinois University, where he scored 1,710 points and became the number 6 scorer in the country in his senior year. He would dominate that year, averaging 25 points a game and 28 points in conference play. This basketball head was first team All-Missouri Valley Conference. Once he was done at Southern Illinois, he was drafted by the USBL and had a stint in the Continental Basketball Association. After the game was over, like my guy Eric Hicks would say, he dove into college, coaching full-time, and now coaches at Middleton High School, where he's the head coach, while balancing his own basketball family. Listen, his wife is a Hall of Fame baller. His daughter played at Stephen F. Austin, and another one of his daughters just signed a letter of intent to Tulane. So get ready, y'all. Welcome to the show, my guy, Steve Middleton.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. 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 East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's happening, my guy?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, listen, we all rocking the same color coach's shirt. Is that crazy?
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm rocking a Game Over joint.
Yeah, man.
It's my sponsor for the show, so I want to give them a shout out.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you for having me. I sure appreciate it.
Oh, man, pleasure's all mine, man.
I gotta tell you, man, I'm truly humbled, man. You went all out on a brother, man. I was dead asleep. I ain't even gonna lie to you, player. Man, God bless you, man. I wasn't ready for it, but thank you, man. It's
all good, man.
Expecting all that. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, man, this is the love we want to show to our fellow basketball heads in New York City, because times is crazy right now. We're losing a lot of guys in the brotherhood, and we want to give guys their flowers and their crowns and show them their appreciation, right? Wow. Because a lot of time has passed, a lot of years has passed since we was playing that round ball in New York City.
Right.
A lot of us are doing a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But we didn't forget.
Yeah. Man, appreciate that, brother, from the bottom of my heart, man.
No doubt.
Enough, man. I've been away for a long time for y'all. For you really reached deep in the.
Man, I'm talking about. I want to wake up the sleeping giants. You know.
But
I want to apologize today. My artist, he couldn't be here tonight, but he texted me, let me know that he got your picture. So you all straight, fam.
Man, beautiful, man. It's beautiful, man. It's a blessing, man. I'm still up and running, brother. We down here. We playing in Texas, man.
Hey, I'm glad, man. You gotta keep that fire going on somewhere in the country. We are somewhere in the country. New York guys are somewhere in the country doing something very major. So that's good.
Man, I'm enjoying it. I'm still coaching. This be my 27th year in coaching, man. Yeah. I've had.
Wow. So who introduced you to the game?
Oh, wow. Just a straight Brooklyn dude, man. Out of, Williamsburg and Bushwick, we was all into sports, and I just didn't play basketball. I played football and baseball as well. We did everything growing up, but basketball always had a special place. Grew up in the projects, Williamsburg projects, but even my real home where we came from was Siegel Street, which is right down the block from across from Bushwick projects.
Right.
Just growing up in the hood, man. All my brothers played, and my older brother Brian.
And then it filtered down. To my guy Chuck.
Yeah.
Who went to Lincoln with me, right? And who was looking up to you, right?
Yeah.
It all trickled down. Right? And then Phil was watching Chuck.
Right.
Man, it all worked out.
Man, and I had a long, the brother passed, but me and Ed Davender and I, while he was out in Kentucky, because my first coaching spot was and Southern Illinois and Kentucky are neighboring states. So
right.
I remember when he was playing at Kentucky, he a Brooklyn dude as well, Boys High.
Yeah.
We go back way back, so we always stayed in touch too. I had a stint with my man Silk Owens for a while. We was both together at the USBL, but Brooklyn always, that's home, baby. That's the crib.
That's right, man. That's right. So what age do you say you fell in love with the game?
It's in my family genes. So, we was we was hooping and competing, me and my older brother James, since we was 3 and 4 years old.
Wow.
It was it was everything, man. Running the football, catching the baseball, whatever. We was competing like that. And then, when we got to Williamsburg, it was just the dudes in the hood. My man Little Mike. We had a crew. We loved to play sports. We was that crew.
Mention that guy name again. I didn't get his name.
My man Little Mike, my little point guard, slot
okay.
receiver. Center fielder. Him and my older brother James. James was best, probably defensive tackle ever. But we didn't even know that.
Right.
Did everything. But my brother James and I would the lifeline of the activities. We had all the basketballs, we had the gloves, we had the bats, and we lived right where everybody had access to. So just, Malcolm Holmes, Derek Holmes, the whole Jones family, just my crew, Eddie and David Washington, Fat Mike, Wally, we had the Mosby family, just dudes that was out there every day. You learn how to compete if you want to stay on the court. You know how Saturday morning was. We had one court.
Listen, you're like the 30th guy. I don't think I had over 70, 80 interviews already. And all the guys who come up here, they talk about that Saturday, Sunday afternoon after the games go off.
Straight
right?
Hoops, baby.
Man, was we inspired to go outside and play? And if you wasn't good enough, you had to wait on the side and you didn't play. So you had to make sure your game was up to par.
Them old heads look, man, you ain't got next shit. You don't play the top five. The OGs, they wasn't playing that shit. You had rules.
That's right.
There was and if you couldn't hoop, you got to wait till the younger boys, somebody else come of your speed, because your game at this level now. And we used to have Eastern District High School, some of the best. They opened up they used to call it evening basketball. They would open up the gyms at Eastern District High School, which is right across the street from the Williamsburg projects where I grew up.
Yeah.
As they say, what's the word Williamsburg? If any of my Williamsburg people listening, and some of the best basketball down there. Man, I don't know if you know my man, one of the best players, two of them, Fred Lee. I don't know if you know old Fred. He an OG too, from way back.
You paused it a little bit. Your camera paused a little bit. I can't really. Fred who?
Fred Lee. He's He's a Williamsburg dude. You remember Gil Reynolds?
Yes, Gil coached me.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's what Gil said about Fred Lee. Gil said Fred Lee might have been the top 5 players he ever coached.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Yeah. And Fred is from Williamsburg. Okay. And my man from Lindsay, I don't know if you know Channing and his brother, Clarence Thornton. Those are the guys that, that I was like, damn, I want to be like that. Clarence Thornton at the gym, one of the old G's from back in the day, from Williamsburg and from Lindsay projects over there. That's not too far from my project, so we would always go to Lindsay. Kenny Pretlow?
Yes, yes.
Kenny P. We used in Lindsay Park. They had the old man Chico had a league over there.
Old man Chico. Yeah. I played for him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay Park. See, that's where Clarence was from. Clarence was one of the best players I ever seen, man. God bless his brother and Channing, and that's where I got my start from, brothers. Right over in there with them cats, and then eventually I through high school, my man Gary Shears, G Money.
Oh yes, my God, yeah.
Yeah, his brother Warren Shears, God bless the brother Warren, was the one that really gave me my first shot, put me on the citywide team. And
really?
Yeah, put me on the citywide.
I gotta give Warren some love, man. I always see Warren out here, man. He's still out here moving, man.
Oh, real dude. Real saved my life. Saved my life. Me and Carlos Reyes, my man out of the Williamsburg, we went up and made Warren's team, and that's what got me on the circuit, really started getting me serious about playing ball. Got off the street, started, doing what you're supposed to do, get my grades.
That's right. That's right.
I finally made the team, and it was due to Warren taking an interest in me and putting me on the team, and me and Gary had a great 2 years together over there at Tilden.
Listen, Joe Jackson hit me up, right? Because Joe
Jack.
Yes. He said, yo, Pooh, I was on that all-city team, but he cut me off at the bottom, right? I said, who? He goes, Sleepy. I said, send me his Instagram. He said, yo, you interview him tonight. That's Steve Middleton. We call him Sleepy.
Yeah, that's my dude, man. Yeah. From the house. He's down from Western House.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was on as well, yeah.
Man, we had some battles with him and my man 88. I don't know if you know 88. Best style dude.
Yo, bro, trust me, I'm from the era. I went to Lincoln. I played with Silk and Spice.
Yeah.
Okay? I was the young buck on the team.
Right. Oh, they was nice too. That was the days, Playboy. And I tell you, I share with you. Guess who knocked me out the playoffs my junior year?
Who's that?
Pearl Washington.
Tell me about that game.
Man, he put a double nickel on us up there at I think it was Canarsie High School. No, South Shore. Excuse me. It was South Shore High School. And we ran in Pearl and them in the first round of the playoffs.
Yes.
And, it was him and Elmer Anderson. They was all over there. And we were the lowest seed, but we was fired up. We had big Cleveland Woods, me, him, Gary, and so big time game. I was a young boy. I was just a junior at this time. Boy, that boy Pearl put it all out. Ass. He gave us 55, 28 in the first half.
Woo!
Oh, he did us dirty, man. He did us dirty. Pearl in high school was 6'3", like 210 pounds.
Wow.
And he was doing, listen, brother. Down here, they paying trainers $75 an hour to teach their kids how to in and out, crossover. Pearl was doing that shit 30 years ago. Ain't nobody taught him shit.
Yes. He had no trainer. He had no, and look, and Bob Pearl, he had the left hand boogie hand and had the whole New York. Everybody was doing the in and out. If you was right-handed, you made sure you mastered dribbling with the left hand because of Pearl.
Let me ask you this, Playboy. Let me ask you this. You remember when John Thompson had to call off the vaunted Georgetown press?
Yes, he destroyed it.
You know, that's real heads.
What was the guy named Gene? What was his name?
Yeah, Gene they call him the Tasmanian Devil.
Right, they say he can stop anybody. Pearl gave him the business. I think it was
Gene Smith.
Gene Smith, yes.
Pearl hit him with that inside out. We Brooklyn, baby. We Brooklyn, baby.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
So, you know, I remember coming up watching Gary Shears and Joe Jackson. I was first introduced to them. Bring the phone down a little bit so I can, there you go. There you go, perfect. Seeing Gary Shears and Joe Jackson at 309 working out with Gil Reynolds.
Yeah.
Right? Then saw Joe as well and played against them. I think my freshman year we played against them. But those guys were great, and these guys was the one thing I appreciate about Gary and Joe. They exemplified what it meant to be a student athlete. Right? You had a lot of guys who was half-assing it and had the names, but these guys had the books and the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took a little piece from all the guys who I encountered during that time. And look, you, bro, I didn't even know, had no idea about you. I read about you, saw your picture, knew your name, but I was like in 9th grade. So I was just figuring it out who everybody were. Mm-hmm. And the Silk and Spice didn't talk about them, or if they wasn't in the paper, I knew who you was because I read the paper and I collected the articles.
Right. Boy, back then too, making the paper, like they don't appreciate it like we did back then. You made the paper, man. You know. That
was different than being online. That was different.
Oh my God, you made the paper. Your name was in the paper. You know, that was one of the proudest days of my life, man, is the picture I sent you when they got the Brooklyn the all Brooklyn.
It's the Brooklyn Queens. It was Brooklyn Queens All-Star. Yes.
Right. And you know, because hell, I used to sell paper, so I know what the Sunday paper looked like. So that was part of the hustle. So your name is on the paper of the New York Daily News. You know, wow. You know, that was ain't too many prouder days I done had than that. I'll be honest.
And the names that was you was up there with.
Legendary, man. Legendary, yeah. You know, so I'm humble beyond belief. God has been that low round basketball has been good to me, brother. And you know, like you say, I definitely, became a student athlete, and and I'm still in education. Hell, I've been in education.
Same here, yeah.
My entire career has been based around working with kids. I still love it. Just left the gym. We're practicing and playing, and I don't know anything else I would rather be doing. That little ball has taken me all around the world, brother. So
that's right, man. Let's talk about your high school coach,
Jeff Schreier. My man, gave me a shot. And Coach Schreier wasn't we didn't do a whole lot of X's and O's. We did a lot of, I love you and go play hard as you can.
So I noticed that with the Tilden players, how they play, and kind of like the West House. Y'all was kind of similar because Turk was like that as well. Kind of like rolled out the balls, like, listen, we're going to do just the best we can with the players that we have.
And he lets you go.
Talented teams, but hit those ceilings because once you ran into the coaches who had those X's and O's, that's where the difficulty had came along, right? During those playoff times.
Yeah, and that's my guy. Love him to death, but when we kept it real simple. But we, like you said, we had good players. Gary, by the time I got there, hell, Gary played even before me. He was on the team as a sophomore. I was still playing, and people don't remember this. You try to say that I've lived in so many different places now. It's hard to explain to people what CYO was. Catholic Organization or Boys and Girls Club.
That's right. That's right.
It's that's what. But you were playing in good leagues. So I was playing in some CYO leagues my first 2 years of high school. And see, down here in Texas, they have the developmental programs. They have 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, all the way up basketball. When we played, New York City didn't have, you either made the varsity.
Yeah, we had to play on the outside, the church teams. Yeah, the CYOs, the NYCHA tournaments. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You came up in all those developmental leagues before you hit high school.
No, either you made the team or you got to play somewhere else. Now, thank God, that, we had the street and the blacktop to play on, and my hood taught me, how to hoop, and getting passed on was especially in the game of basketball, was a rites of passage.
Right.
You had to be able to play on the court. They wasn't, you had to earn your stripes, to get out there with the older cats, and they the ones taught you through fouls and toughness, and that's how we learned how to compete. You
either busting ass or getting your ass busted.
That's and then when you playing with your brother and them, they telling you about the shit too. Now can you guard somebody? You gonna shoot all the balls?
That's right. That's right. You ain't gonna make nobody better. Right.
I'm not. Can I get a shot? That's real dudes. When we was growing up, and that made you super competitive. And I'm still that way as a boys basketball coach. Super competitive.
That's dope. So what was the turning point that made you step your game up in high school and become one of the top players around?
Good question. After playing with Warren and them all summer, we had won a couple of championships, and it was my first time really on the circuit in terms of playing, citywide, Elm Court back then. All the basketball heads know what that is in the city. So,
that's right.
If you don't know, you ain't no real player. So that's when you got on the circuit. Joe and me and Gary and Cleveland Woods who played with me. That's when we got on the circuit. And so now what comes along is they call this thing what's called Athletes for Better Education, AFBE.
Yes.
And they first started this program, right? It was my senior year. And so they had AFBE. It was up at Manhattan College. And they invited my coach, Jeff Schreier, God bless him, said, you, Gary, and Danny Wingate, my other teammate at Tilden, need to go to this camp. And we got up there to the camp, and everybody's up there. Ed Davender, Rod Strickland, bunch of Vinny Johnson, Frankie Johnson, his little brother, the Mullins boy. We bunch of people up there. But anyway, Silk and Spice, they up there.
Yeah.
So we get up there, and I play okay. I was all right. But I didn't stand out. So they gave me the evaluation at the end of it, and they said, I may be able to play Division II or Division III basketball. Well, I was broken. I was like, damn, shit,
Back then, dudes didn't want to hear that. Back then, that was the last thing you wanted to hear.
No, and you live in New York, man. That was the beginning of the Big East. Shit.
That's right. That's right.
That's when I'm better than that. So, man, the end, I went to work. Shit, I just started. I became obsessed with practicing and working on my game, and I always had intrinsically something in me that thought I could get out of Brooklyn. Like I could get out, and I wanted to if I had the opportunity. And the second I knew the possibility of basketball existed, I was like, I became real obsessed and real focused going into my senior year. I was really, really, I thought I had an opportunity. And, that's a big part of life is recognizing an opportunity. And
Definitely.
I was really ready for my senior year, and I attacked it. And so coming into, AFB had another little scrimmage coming into the October, something like that. And so me and Joe and Gary and everybody went up there to play in these little scrimmages. It was at, I believe it was at Archbishop Malloy. And so, at this time, the college I played pretty good. I get out there, the college coaches out, and I played pretty good. And that's what Southern Illinois saw me. And right there, boom. Hell, I'll never forget it, Pooh. It was a Sunday night. They saw me and they talked to me. And that next Thursday, I was on a plane to Southern Illinois. First time I ever been on a plane in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That next Thursday, they came and visited with my mother and everything. And that's, so, I'm out. All right, y'all want an official visit, everything paid for, some shit. All right. I fly out to St. Louis, Missouri. And I go out there and see the school and met my mentor, the guy that recruited me there was a brother by the name of Herman Williams. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. That's my man, 100 grand. When I was down, didn't know what I was going to do, he was, that's my dude. He wanted to recruit. He was the first brother I saw because, and I might get off track, but I got to tell you.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I got to tell you this story anyway, right? So, long story short, when I go to Southern Illinois and I visited and I signed. In the early part of this, nobody has even seen my senior year, but they was offering me a scholarship, and I was like, shit, I can't wait. I remember coming home and asked my brother Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, what you think? He said, you got any other offers? That's what I think. All he knew was, they flew you out there for free.
Right.
Put money in your pocket. I came home with all kinds of SIU gigs, giving it away to my brother. So he like, what you waiting on? But never did I know, brother, when I went to Southern Illinois for a school that's predominantly white school.
Right.
When I went there, it had 24,000 kids, but it had a minority or black enrollment of like 6,000. This place was was freaking incredible.
Right.
A full line of sororities and fraternities, 40 deep. We had our own community at Southern Illinois University at Carbondale.
Wow.
Like the most black administrators ever on a campus. Back when I went to school there, brother, it was unbelievable the role models of people you saw at this school. Dr. Bryson, who's passed, Dr. Welch, Harold Bardo is another brother there, Herman Williams, and I'm missing several others that they were black administrators. And at Southern Illinois University, serving as the assistant to the provost, serving as, vice chancellor. Ben Shepherd was vice chancellor. So I was around this with these brothers and sisters with these beautiful homes and marriages that been lasting 30 and 40 and 50 years, good people. and they adopted me basically. And
That's awesome, man.
yeah, and Southern Illinois was it's nothing like it used to be, but it was, you know, met my wife, a beautiful wife, Regina, there, and got married. You know, she's from they call it Madison, Illinois, but it's close to East St. Louis, Illinois. You been there, bro?
I said that again.
It's East St. Louis, Illinois. You ever been there?
East St. Louis, Illinois. Yes, and East St. Louis is so crazy that East St. Louis is supposed to be in another state. Missouri, like, got rid of it, right? It's supposed to be in Missouri, but that's just like in Illinois.
What? Oh, well, it is in Illinois. It's separated by a river, the Missouri
Right.
River. But
Right.
But you know the town, and they call
Yeah.
it the Boogie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man, and I got to spend, like, that's like my second home. Okay, that whole area over there, that's where my wife is from and her people. And you know, after I graduated, after I came back to SIU, you know, after I didn't play ball anymore, you know, we got married, and so.
I want to slow down before we get to that, because I got some questions for that.
All right.
All right. All right. I want to go back a little bit. Chuck wanted to know, why did you bypass Eastern District to go to Tilden?
That's a good question. Hold on a second. Let me charge my phone.
All right.
Before it run out on me.
Yeah, that's why I was saving it. A damn good question.
I'm back and I'm good.
Yeah.
Tilden was Eastern District was right across the street, no doubt. And my family just didn't have good success with that. My older brothers and them, they all went to the neighborhood school with everybody and shit. And I got to give credit to my brother James, because he was the one. He went to John Dewey, and because he just thought and that he needed to be different and not go to school locally, and he wanted to be challenged educationally, and didn't think Eastern District could have that, because hell, we knew everybody in the damn school, you know. So
That's right.
It wasn't like
yeah, it would have been very busy. Yes, because I didn't go to my neighborhood school, which was Wingate,
well,
and I could have went to the high as well. But I went out to Coney Island to go to Lincoln.
People don't know that New York, you know, when we was growing up, you could apply to schools.
Yeah.
So I got accepted to Alexander Hamilton and Tilden, and maybe somewhere else. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. You know how I went that.
Why didn't you go to AHAM, man? AHAM was, well, they would have probably closed anyway as soon as you got there, but
right. Like when me and my I think it was me and my father asked Alexander Hamilton, and he was like, hell no, you know, he wanted me. And turned out,
I'm gonna bring. Hold on. I think you kind of You good? I'm gonna go out and bring you back in. All right.
All right.
No, you good? Are you back? I see you.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. So why didn't you go to Alexander Hamilton?
You know, it was my father. We went up and saw the school, and my old man was just, you know, and he drove me past Tilden, and it wasn't nothing like logically that made me go there. To be honest, it was just my old man was like, basically, that building looked better than this building. You know, it had nothing to do at that time with basketball and no shit like that. It was, you know,
right.
It's my old man being my old man. So, and like I said, I thought at that time, remember they used to have the things that this school specialized in, and one of them was like law, politics. The school I wanted to go to was John Jay. I didn't get admitted there, and so my next option was Tilden. And little did I know, Tilden was the wildest school ever when I went to that joint. You kidding me? It was from 80 to 84. Samuel J. Tilden was wild, you know. But that was my home. That's where me and G and my man Cleveland Woods made it happen, you know. And
that's right.
That's really the reason why I didn't go to Eastern District. Just, you know, me and my brother didn't go there. He went to Dewey, so he was like, "Yo, you don't need to. If you get to another school, don't just go to Eastern District." So that's basically what started it.
Yeah, and Chuck said he bypassed Eastern District 2 to go to Lincoln, so y'all both did the same thing. He followed your lead.
Yeah, well, that's my family. So yeah, he lived right down the block from Eastern District. We was all, you know, all up there together. So and Eastern District was really wild, but it was the best choice for me. But you know, I'll be honest now. I rode the B46, the 62 to the 46, almost an hour every day to go to school.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
straight down Reed Avenue, which is now Malcolm X.
Right down Reed Avenue, which is, you know, the whole.
That's right. That's right. So Steve.
And
yeah.
Crown Heights, and you know, you end up East New York over there. So that was our route, and then you had to get off and walk.
So Steve, this ball got us a lot of places, man.
Yes,
right?
Lord. Yes, Lord.
And it comes a time where we come up against some competition, and it's mano a mano, right?
Yep.
And it's either bust ass or get your ass busted.
Been on both sides of that coin.
Who ass did you bust to let you know you was one of the top players in New York City at that time?
Oh, shit. Wow. Oh, you put it on the spot.
That's right.
You know, I'm going to put it like this. Like, you know, the dudes in your hood are the ones that lets you know where you really stand. When, you know, even the niggas that don't like you, when
yes,
when they start knowing, yo, you know, something spiritual about the game of ball, you know, like
yes,
basketball held things different from even the gangsters to the drug dealers to everybody. If you could ball, you could ball. So
yeah,
that's what really started letting me know when you was on the court Saturday morning and you start becoming the first or second pick, you know, from some of the old dudes that I know he out here to rock. Like, you know,
right.
I know he out here to like you on his team. He ain't about no bullshit from day one. Like you, and he walk past you, you know, my man Ice, Chris Taylor's shooting it. He come past you, tell you, you ready to rock or what? And so I guess that's what really started me. And you know, then just playing all over the city after that. You know, when you go to citywide, you start playing guys I don't even mention. You know, like I'm all of a sudden on the court with Mark Jackson, Kenny Smith, like I said, Pearl. You know, Isaac Kibler.
No, not too many people can say that. They got to look online. They got to watch from afar. You was right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, they was old, a little bit older than me. You know, Ed Davender, like I said. Rod Strickland was younger than me. Like, you know, and we started rocking, you know. And, you know, they were exceptional. But, you know, I was getting mine, too. So that's when I was like, all right, you know, and then dudes in my neighborhood, Darren Robinson, and you know, we had dudes in the around the hood that could ball, you know, that when they start showing love to you, because that was the ultimate sign. Who's showing love is where I really got my confidence from, and in that Williamsburg projects, Bushwick projects, Cooper, and Lindsay, you know, that was my stopping grounds. I put a lot of work around that camp.
Yeah, Chuck said the battle between Williamsburg and Bushwick was epic.
Never lost to him, player. Let me tell you that right now. I go in here and say that. Never lost. Not my crew.
Oh man.
Not my crew.
Right.
When it was me, Little Mike, my brother James, Kenny P, my man Mike Moe, Carlos Reyes, we ain't never lost. Now I know the old guys never lost, but when we was playing Alley and Guy and all the dudes down there in Bushwick, yeah, when they knew what I came through, that's for sure.
It was on and popping.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then, that was a war, in more ways than one. Williamsburg projects and Bushwick projects. Hey, I wouldn't imagine they get along to this day, player.
There you go. There you go.
So,
wow, that's crazy. You good? You good over there? You see yourself clear?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
All right, cool. So I want to jump right into your freshman year, right, at Southern Illinois.
Right.
And how was the transition from you playing high school to college?
Oh my God. Unbelievable. My freshman year was a horror story, man. I get to a team that's really loaded, man. And I'm one of 2 freshmen and 4 or 5 senior guards. So I'm going in, I get to school. It's grown men out here, okay? Grown. Dudes with kids, with wives. It's a different deal. Like, that type. And I'm the young upstart. Now you got to remember, I'm going to Southern Illinois. So,
Yeah.
Chicago, St. Louis, brothers and sisters, it's they bout it. Here come this cat from Brooklyn. What he about? So I get there my freshman year, and one of my best friends, Nate Buffett. Nate might have been one of the best shooters I ever played against in my life, man. And
wow.
Senior guard, could flick it with us. And he's from Auburn, Alabama. And so, I come in and I'm a freshman. My man Nate takes me under his wing. He telling me about the conditioning program that the Coach Van Winkle has in place and how strenuous this going to be. So let's start working out. So we start working out, running, lifting weights. I'm a Brooklyn dude. We ain't never lift no weights.
Yeah, the whole different beast. Yes.
Yeah, I'm talented and shit, but I ain't never been like he in the gym. He busting out 185. Like I barely got the bar. That type shit. So, and so we go a couple of weeks. He let me go a couple of weeks for first game of 1-on. Who? That nigga bust my ass. 15-2, some shit like that. Bust my ass. Viciously.
And the difference, what was the difference between, was it the weight room or was it grown man versus a kid just coming to college?
All that. Every aspect of it. Just you could guard, but you can't guard. You think you tough, but that weak ass crossover ain't get by me. He bumping me, hitting me. He makes open shots. If he's open, that shit going down. And busted me, wide open. And so that was another one of them things. Now, okay, that's a Division I guard right there. What you gonna do? And it took me a while to catch on. And after Christmas, when I came back, I went back to Brooklyn. And I got all older brothers. I'm the youngest out of 5 brothers. And, so I go back to Brooklyn, and my older brother Sam, God bless his soul, he passed, but he was alive at this time. And he was in the house, so I go back and I'm talking to my brothers and my dudes, and I'm bitching and griping and shit, complaining, and and they listen, just about almost all the way through the night till, you know, my older brother Sam, you know, he finally got frustrated with me and, you know, was like, you need to man up. You know, you need to, what is you crying and shit for? You know, like, you need to go back. And so that changed me when I went back. By the end of that year, I played Nate Buffett that next summer. And I had finally got to the point where I beat him. I think it was like 17-15. And that was my beginning. Because my freshman year, I didn't play but like 29 minutes the whole season. My man just didn't give me no burn.
Damn.
I was broken. I was transferring. I was out the window. I was gone.
Once your confidence leave as a ball player.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, you know. And so basically at the end of my freshman year, I had gotten better, but I was out of there. My man John Cheney, I had gotten a call about possibly Temple at one time, you know, so I was all excited about that. But anyway, that's when Herman Williams, a dude, my mentor, recruited me, stepped in, and the head coach had gotten fired. So Herman was just like, yo, ain't no sense in transferring. You can stay here and do what you need to do, you know. And of course, him knowing what my mother and them wanted, they convinced me that, hey, I need to stay. So, and that's when I stayed. And after that, I had a great career. You know, we weren't great as a basketball team, just around 500, nothing much. We never made the tournament, but I put in a lot of work, and I think I was one of the building blocks because after my freshman year, man, all hell broke loose at the school. The head coach that recruited me got fired, accused of cheating. There was all kind of stuff going on at the school, and we lost scholarships, a big mess. But anyway, I got to come back and play, and that's what I wanted anyway. So I came back, and my last 3 years, I put in some work. You know, we started building blocks.
Yo, hold on for a sec, cause you keep pausing. I'm gonna bring you back in. I'm gonna close you out and bring you back in. All right.
All right.
All right.
I start to show my talents. You know, so at the end of the year, by my lead the team scoring and steals. I guess I averaged myself, you know, about 16 points a game.
Yeah.
4 or 5 rebounds. So I make my name, and they kind of Missouri Valley Conference left me off the all-conference team, first and second. So that motivated me for my junior year. So I come back my junior year, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make one of these damn teams. Like, you know, we're a little bit better too as a basketball team. We got some big guys in. Like when going into my sophomore year, my two dudes, God rest their soul, Gene Lewis and Tony Snooks, both flunked out because the coach got fired. Nobody was there, and they was like 6'9" and 6'6". We was playing in the Missouri Valley Conference. You know, that's where Xavier McDaniels, Herschel Hawkins. Right. You know, we had Lewis Lloyd, Benoit Benjamin, Aubrey Sherrod, Ricky Ross, Steve Harris. You know, there was some players around that joint.
Yeah, all monsters. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, that's when Willis Reed was over there at Creighton with the little guard from New York. He was a senior, something more. He was nice, too. I forgot his first name, Moore, but he was nice. And anyway, so we going into my junior year. We're a little bit better, and I play really well. I get up like 19 a game. And, you know, we make it to the second or third round of the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. So there's some excitement. And then my senior year, you know, my coach, Rich Herrin, you know, we had a lot more talent. We still wasn't in the top half of the conference, but we were a lot better. We could compete better. I think we won 14, 15 games that year, something like that. But or maybe we were better in conference. Like we weren't in the bottom of the conference anymore. But anyway,
right.
You know, he started at first during the year saying, you know, you might not get as many as 19 points a game as you did last year, but we're going to be better. So I was like, cool, you know, I ain't tripping off that, no problem. So
Why did he even, first of all, why did he even tell you that? Because he didn't know what was coming.
well, it was you had to know my coach. you had to know him. Like you know, he was just like that. You know, he was you know, the fact that, you know, I was a league dog never really sat well with him from Jump Street, you know.
Wow.
So, you know, so and then the climate of Southern Illinois is a whole different animal as well. You know, here's this Brooklyn dude, and you know, I'm spinning it behind my back, and you know, I'm in Southern Illinois with all this, you know.
And they calling that hot dog and not knowing that comes natural to a lot of us.
You know what I'm saying? It was that kind of, you know, this is, you know, Illinois, right next to Indiana. You know,
very conservative, yes.
Yeah, you know, the story Hoosiers, the movie Hoosiers is filmed out of Indiana. You know, let's understand that.
So is the KKK.
Okay, you know,
right.
So, and you know, there's a city in Southern Illinois, 30 miles from Carbondale, 30 miles south. It's called Anna. They call it a sundown town. And Anna stands for, the acronym is Ain't No Niggas Allowed.
Woo!
You could
not going to Anna.
You
I ain't a nigga, but I ain't going to Anna regardless.
You could Google that one. That's a true fact. So, you know, but anyway, as my senior season, you know, they needed me to score, you know, and that's what I could do. You know, I could score the ball, and that's what ended up happening, you know. And Hersey Hawkins was also in my league. He led the nation in scoring. At 83.
But you was right behind them because you averaged 25 and was number 6 in the nation in scoring.
Both of us.
How about that?
Both of us was in the top 6 out of the same league.
Let's make some noise for that right there. Let's make some noise for that.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah. We had some good battles, Hersey Hawkins and I. And there was another brother that played pro too, was at Tulsa. His name was Tracy Moore.
Okay.
Hell of a ball player too, over at Tulsa. Yeah, those were good days. And that's how it ended my senior year, and you know, went on, got drafted.
Hold on. You wasn't finished. You averaged 25 for the year and 28 in conference play. Fact. Let's do that. Okay? That's real numbers right there.
Yeah, bro,
that's real numbers. 28, 25.
I put in a little work. I did. I'm proud of that, brother. I am. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. I try to stay humble.
And then you get drafted into the USBL.
Right. I got drafted into the USBL. Long Island. I was coming home. Actually, I was coming home.
Okay.
And I guess.
So Mario, let's just tell people there's no G League at this time.
No.
Right.
No.
The CBA, the USBL was the way you went to get to the league.
That was
right.
And overseas was happening, but it ain't nothing like it was now. Like
it is now. Yes, you know, trust me. Yeah.
Yeah, they was looking for bigs really. So, you know, I go to USBL. It's just a mess from day one. Just from at the time we left, it was just a mess. And I did that, the CBL and the WBL. Hell, if it had a basketball league, I probably played in it at some time or some point on around somewhere. You know, I played in gyms. Shit, I mean, in Sewanee, Kansas, and you know, Coffeeville, Kansas,
Barnyard, Kansas.
You know, like
Blacksmith Back, Alabama.
You know, just like so. It became time quick for me. Like, you know, like I had my queen, Regina, my wife, she was waiting, and through my mentorship with my man I mentioned before, Herman Williams, they were quick to, spit knowledge, like, you bigger than just playing basketball, like you got more talents than that. We wish and hope you could play, but you could do something else. And that's where that started. The transition out started right there. We're like, okay, I can do something else. And I began to, went back to school and finished up there. And
That's dope.
Started thinking about what I was going to do in the future, and coaching just became the obvious choice.
Well, it looked like you and your wife had a nice plan going on, because with her being a Hall of Fame baller, you being a Hall of Fame baller, y'all was going to produce some ballers.
Yeah.
And y'all did. So congratulations and salute to both of your daughters for their
Thank you.
accomplishments.
Thank you. They made Daddy proud. I will tell you that. They did. I'm a proud papa. And plus, they helped my bank account a hell of a lot with the free educations. And God is good with that.
That's real.
And I actually met my wife on her official visit. Like, John A. Logan Community College is like 10 miles from Carbondale, where SIU is located. So she was a Hall of Famer in her own right.
Right. That's right.
At John A. Logan, and we met on her official visit to Southern Illinois University. I was one of her hosts, and that's how we met and started a relationship. And we've been
love at first sight. You was like, oh,
we've
you
been
one.
30. Yeah, you look good. I know that.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
Yeah, and been married. Going on about the end of 29th year, man.
Hey, you saying this live, don't get it wrong.
She listening somewhere around here. You ain't got to
There you go.
Way, boy.
So, listen, I speak to a lot of players about their transition, right, from basketball to the real world. And some athletes have a difficult time. Some have an easier time.
Right.
How was your time transitioning from the game to the real world?
Well, it had its times, man. It had some rough starts and rough times. I was depressed for a while when I couldn't play no more, and I'd be lying to you if I told it was easy. This is what I love doing. And it's ending. And that's really why I got into coaching, because it keeps me around the game. Bottom line, it motivates me to get up every morning. I just love what I do, and the game of basketball has been good to me, and it's I probably eat, sleep, and drink it too much, to be honest with you, more than anything.
Luckily you married a basketball head, fam.
That still don't matter. She still get after me about how when I'm out of line, because in the season, you get so focused on the next thing, and I'm married to a black woman. You got to slow down and make sure, tell us something.
That's right.
But love and peace to all my black women. I love you to death.
That's right, man. Salute to all the women out there. Always hold us down and make sure we're doing the right thing.
Absolutely. But
all right. Now we come to that point, right, where you got to tell me your top 5 players in New York City history ever.
Oh shit! Wow. Okay. Wow, that's hard. All right. So, number 1 is Kareem.
Kareem. Facts.
Okay. Number 2 would be Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Number 3 would probably be Connie Hawkins.
Connie Hawkins, the Hawk.
Wow. So number 4 would be Nate the Skate.
Nate the Skate?
Yep. Yep. And
oh, that's Tiny Archibald.
Tiny Archibald. Yeah. And then number 5 would be Bernard King.
That's an awesome 5. That's an awesome 5 right there. Can't even lie to you. Nobody gonna question that one, fam.
Yeah. And I know there's some, you know, I love Mark Jackson, Kenny Smith, all Pearl, all, but you know.
You only can name 5.
Yeah. You know, and I don't ever think Nate the Skate, Tiny Archibald is giving his credit.
No. I'm still trying to reach out to him. I want to interview him before, you know, he leaves this earth. My cousin, Zach Husser, was very close friends with him. And before my cousin passed away, he used to do a sports podcast and talk to a lot of legendary older players. And it's like his spirit kind of said in me, because when I was younger, I thought I was the first person in my family to go to college on a basketball scholarship.
Right.
It was my cousin. My cousin played basketball and football for Columbia.
Wow. That's the Ivy League too.
Oh yeah, yeah. And listen, raised by his father. Father was illiterate and raised the Ivy League son.
Wow. I bet you he got a testimony to tell.
Yeah, and I want to do it for him because he's not here with us no more. And a lot of things that I think I'm being the first one to do in my family. My cousin was the innovative, and I'm just carrying the torch, man. Wow. Holding it down for the family. Yeah.
Well, that's a beautiful story, man. Yeah, I feel you deeply, brother.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, you being a basketball head, coming from a basketball family, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys root for the same teams?
You talking about me and my brothers?
No, I'm talking about you and your family, you and your wife and your daughters.
Oh. You know
that basketball family. We talk about the basketball family in Brooklyn already. We talk about your basketball family. Yes.
My girls, you know, now here's the whole thing. Now they use basketball, but they pretty girls now. So they once basketball's over, they ain't sitting around watching no more basketball. You know, they talk about getting their nails done or some.
Hey, listen, they use basketball for the right reasons.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like they ain't like they'll know a little something about it, and they, you know, my girls played because Daddy loved them, and their mother played it, so they saw it, her do it, and they kind of thought it was expected out of them. But for me to sit here and say like they love it, like no, you know, like I remember my older daughter. I remember she told me one time it was funny, and it set me straight. Like she came home from her first season at Stephen F. Austin, right? And I was on her about going to work out and all this kind of stuff, and because I was at Oklahoma State at this time. I was coaching there. I was assistant coach at Oklahoma State, so I had access to the whole building. You know, we could go do workout, whatever you want. We could do. You know, so I was like, "Come on, let's go." She told me, she said, "Dad, I ain't going to no WNBA."
I think she's on this. She's on this. She said, "You know this."
Yeah, you know, like I'm playing because you love me, and I like to please you and all that kind of stuff. But like, you know, Pop, this thing gonna end as soon as the scholarship over with. I'm done. And she was.
She said, hashtag pretty girl ball.
Oh yeah. They definitely that type. And their mother started it all because she when she take off her sneakers, that's it with basketball, you know. And she was a hell of an athlete and ran track and all that kind
of. That's dope. So
and her own right. So, you know, she never Please excuse me there. But yeah.
Yeah, we good. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think? What's your thoughts on reclassing back?
Yeah, during this pandemic, man, it's a hard one because it throws things out of cycle, and there's always a cycle has been always a cycle to athletics. But with so many kids, you got to feel for them missing their seasons. You want to, allow them to do that because I got that at my little high school. I'm at too. Some of the kids that didn't get to run track or play baseball, they're just bummed out by that, And
I'm not. Besides the COVID, I'm saying besides the COVID. I understand these is different times that we live in. I'm talking about without the COVID, kids doing it regularly 4 or 5 years ago.
Reclassifying? Well,
yes.
Well,
but back, not up.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that was done, especially when I was recruiting. It was because it was an academic necessity. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
The reason why a kid generally reclassed when I was recruiting is because he wasn't going to be eligible. So the way to avoid that train wreck of having to go to junior college or something like that would be to reclass and go to one of those prep schools up north.
Gotcha.
Because they got that post-grad education. When I first started in the game, like, hell, a kid could take a whole year away from high school in 1 year at one of them post-grad schools.
But I'm not even talking about post-grads. Kids are getting left back purposely.
Well, that's done in middle school in Indiana and Kentucky on the regular. That's what they do.
Got you.
I don't think it helps the kid overall, but in the developmental stage, like, there is a time where if you are held over, and parents get into this, if you do hold your kid back, right? Sometimes a 16-year-old could be on the court with a 13-year-old. Well,
it's crazy because of the grade.
Because he's going to dominate them. Or you could get a 12-year-old on the court with a 10-year-old. Man, that growth spurt between 10 and 12 is humongous. And parents like to see their kids be dominant. Now, does I think it really, really helps you? Probably not, because you even out at the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But where I coached for in Kentucky and Illinois and Indiana, that's big out there. That, and when they do it too is in middle school, so you can't be challenged in high school. See, where your count of years starts is in high school, not in junior high and middle school. So your count is when you hit 9th grade. So if you're held back a grade, okay, in 7th or 8th grade, then you're and sometimes you could be a year and a half to 2 years older than the kids in your class. And a year and a half to 2 years of maturity, when you're 12, that's a hell of an advantage. When you're 14, but once you get to 16, 17, I think it all kind of starts evening out, because really at that age, you're as tall as you're going to be, it starts evening out. You find out who you're really going to be. But there's a lot of that in terms of thinking that advances you within the game. There's a lot of that, especially in that area of Illinois, Indiana. Yeah, it's bad. Kentucky.
Yeah, Spice got caught up in that his senior year. He got held back in junior high school. They counted that year. They counted that year for him in high school, which was totally wrong because he played his sophomore year. Him and Silk played their sophomore years. Junior year, Silk is shot. Spice plays. Senior year, Silk plays. They rule Spice ineligible.
Right. I remember.
Conspiracy?
I remember that. I remember that very well. Yeah, because they went through some, I remember that very well.
My coach still talks about it to this day, how they did Spice Dirty.
What's your coach name?
Bobby Hartstein.
Bobby Hartstein. See, him and Jeff Schreier were boys, man. Hartstein and Schreier are like this, man. They know one another. They go way back, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Hartstein used to be in with the group. Remember they used to have the Kangaroo Classic?
Yes.
He used to be with that group back in the day with my man Ray Haskins, cool ass Ray.
Ray Haskins, that's right. Ray Haskins is the godfather of the show.
Wow. Well, he should be.
Yes. That's my guy.
He's an OG. That's right.
Yeah.
Ray
definitely.
Haskins, the legendary Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah.
Real dude.
Definitely.
Real dude. Yeah, he always liked me. He showed me a bunch of love. That's when you know you're good too. When people like that acknowledge you, you know, I was flattered. Ray Haskins said, "Man, you good. You can play."
That's right. Once they know your name, man, you feel like you made it, especially New York City ball.
Oh, man.
And a Brooklyn icon like him know you definitely.
Man, couldn't be anymore. You know, when you asked earlier about when I think I could play, when I thought I could, when Ray and Gil Reynolds, you know, Gil, you know,
yeah.
When you could go to practice and you know, recognize you and pull you out in drills and it needs to be it was real, you know. And Gil taught me a lot about, you know, how to compete and what's gonna happen when you get to college.
Yeah. Yeah, no more Gil Reynolds, man. It's crazy, man. But look, they did right by us, and they'll be very proud of what we're doing right now. So, man, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, brother, man, I appreciate it.
Nah, for sure, man. This has been an honor, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Make some noise for my guy, Steve Middleton.
Man, thank you, brother. We sure appreciate it out here, man. It's been a joy.
Nah, no doubt, man. No doubt. This has been awesome. If I can get all of the guys that's on that all city list, man, be awesome. I know Derek Chivas follows.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. I got James Major, Silk, Joe Jackson.
I forgot all about Derek Chivas, man. The Band-Aid man. Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
He was my roommate at Empire State games.
Yeah. You know, we played against them twice when I was at Missouri. When I was at SIU, we played Missouri twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do?
Oh, they killed us both times. Well, it was a better game at our place, but they beat us both times, and he got
okay.
DC could play, man. Hell of a ball.
No doubt.
Man. And he got a son play too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, son.
And that's how I started connecting them because I was looking for him, found his son. His son started following me, and then he started following as well.
Wow, man. But love you, brother, man. Thank you, man.
Same here, love you, man. Look, before we leave, you get to nominate someone. Let me know who you want to nominate to be on the show. If you can't, if it don't come to you now, you can just text me or call me, hit me up like, yo, Pooh, here's my guy, New York City
Let me
baller.
think about it.
You got that. You got that.
Peace and love, brother.
And definitely, and listen, tune in Sunday because I'll be showing you a picture. All right.
Peace and love, brother. Peace.
No doubt. Peace to you. All right.